going through a lot of hard times.
Dwayne's mother was still battling with her own demons.
I remember one time he wrote on the back of a picture he gave me, I'm going to come back to get you and we're going to live a fabulous life.
I always thought back to those times on 59 Prairie, and I always thought back to my mother struggling, and I just said, I got to keep pushing. I got to keep pushing.
Finally, Dwayne's faith would be rewarded.
I went to the church down the street at the time, and I remember going in there on that particular Sunday, and I remember hearing the scripture, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From that day, drugs, alcohol became a no-no. The party was over. That was it. That was it.
Jolinda Wade would turn herself in to the police.
When I did make the decision to turn myself in and to go back to prison, the drive was to just be there for him, to get back into his life, to be a mother again.
I understood what she had to do to become the woman and the mother that she wanted to be. The whole time we wrote a lot of letters. Back and forth, essays to each other.
I told him he was my hero. He said, oh, no, you're mine. And he explained to me why, because he saw the hard life that I lived. And to be able to pull up from it, it really encouraged him and gave him strength.
Jolinda stayed in jail for 18 months. During that time, Dwayne became an All-American. And just as Jolinda finished serving her sentence, Dwayne was about to play his final home game at Marquette.
I had just got out of prison. March 5th. The game was March 8th.
She was on probation, so we begged and pleaded her probation officer to let her come to this last game.
I got permission to go, but I was awkward because I had not been around this here, so I didn't know what we was going to do when we seen each other.
I was so excited, but I was so nervous because I'm like, my mama have never seen me play.
There were so many people, and I was looking like, wow, and everybody had these banners about my son. I was like, man, he's the man here. This is something real. This is TV stuff you see, and I'm seeing this stuff for real about my son.
Here comes Stokes with hits out in front. Eric Hicks blocked by Wade. What a block. What a defensive play by Dwayne Wade.
He got out there, and that young man played. He played awesomely.
Oh, Wade, the fadeaway out of bounds. 26 in the game for Dwayne Wade. He has done it all, and he's put this team on his shoulders.
Just seeing her in the stands crying as the crowd rushed the floor, I just ran up there to her and just hugged her so tightly.
I had my hair fixed very pretty that day. My son grabbed me and sweat was everywhere and my hair went crazy, so I don't know how I looked on the media, but we was just like all into the moment. It was the most exciting moment of my life.
And for Dwayne, it was as if all the parts of his life were finally coming together. He was reunited with his mother. Marquette was going to the Final Four, and an NBA career was just over the horizon. These were the things he could have only dreamed of when he looked out from his stoop on 59th and Prairie all those years ago. Despite his excellent college career, Dwayne showed up at the NBA draft as an afterthought. The eyes of the basketball world were cast on LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony. James was the high school phenom with unlimited potential, and Anthony was the freshman sensation who had just led Syracuse to the national title. But for Wade, just being there was what mattered most.
I knew I was going to get drafted somewhere. That was my whole thing. I'm like, okay, I know I'm going somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know what pick it's going to be. I knew that LeBron was going to be first to Cleveland. I knew that Darko was going second to Detroit. And I knew that Melo was going third to Denver. By the time the fifth pick came, my agent came over to the table right after the fourth pick. And he just got off the phone with Randy Funn, and he going to take you at 5. And I'm just like, he like, don't change your expression because the camera's around. So I'm just looking. I'm just like, something came over my body. I was just stuck. And then my sister started crying. And then my wife started crying. I'm like, oh my God. And then David Stern came out like 10 seconds later, and said with the 5th pick, and Miami Heat select, and I didn't even hear my name.
Select Dwayne Wade from Marquette University.
We just all started crying. It just was tears of joy, tears of happiness.
And at that moment, it was like, that's it. Like, it's done. Like, you could exhale, putting so much into it and working so hard. It was finally like, whew.
Dream come true. Dream come true. I mean, I don't think I ever wanted to shake nobody's hand as bad as I wanted to shake his. And I was finally getting the opportunity to grab that hat, take that walk, go up there, shake his hand. And it happened so fast, it seemed like it took a lot of years, but then all of a sudden it was there. And, and my life started all over again.
Dwayne was joining the Miami Heat, a team that was founded in 1988. The Heat had become perennial contenders in the late 1990s, but were never able to capture an NBA title. Since then, they had fallen on hard times. The year before Wade arrived, they won only 25 games and lost 57. And as they entered the 2004 season, not much was expected of them. They were a last-place team whose fans had stopped showing up to their games. However, it would soon become apparent that people would be missing out on something special.
That's high wire stuff.
Here comes Dwayne Wade. Oh, all sorts of skills. Right down the lane for the jam.
Oh my! How about that rookie?
You saw the flashes of what looked like a terrific athlete and a hard-nosed competitive basketball player.
Dwayne Wade with that spectacular reverse.
I saw the athleticism right away. You know, he was just soaring over people, dunking on them.
Taken by Wade. 2-on-1 with Theo back. Wade challenges the shot blocker, and that gets him off the Miami bench.
Wade had shown that he was a rookie worth noticing, but with the Heat still struggling for wins, he remained below the radar.
I was getting no publicity. Miami Heat was on TV, 0 games. So, it wasn't no ESPN highlights. It wasn't nothing going on in Miami.
Meanwhile, LeBron and Carmelo continued to get maximum exposure.
Coming up next to the game's newest hot rivalry, Carmelo Anthony against LeBron James.
He's playing real well his rookie year, and yet still all you're hearing is LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony.
At the 2004 rookie game, Dwayne would get the opportunity to experience the LeBron and Carmelo show in person.
I had a pretty successful rookie year at the time. So I go out there and I'm thinking like, maybe, okay, now people know me a little bit. And it just was like, I was really a third wheel. I'm talking about LeBron and Melo was walking up there. People was pushing me out the way to get to them. And I'm just like, I'm here. Can I get a little love?
Just tell me your name and what team you play for.
My name is Dwayne Wade, D-W-Y-A-N-E. I got back after All-Star, and I told him, I wrote him, this is going to be a different second half of the season. You're going to see a different D-Wade, because I was so focused and I was so angry, at what people were saying and what people didn't say.
Wade would make sure that this would be the last time he was overlooked.
With the slam! And that to your ever-increasing Dwayne Wade highlight reel.
I just think the kid has so much talent. He almost can do anything out there he want to do on the floor, and I'm just happy to be on this team with him, man. To be honest with you, he's just a great player.
Oh, what a play! Oh, my God! He's Superman!
When he went on a tear, he was going out there getting 20-plus a night, 8 to 10 assists. He was just doing a little bit of everything.
Rebound Wade. Oh, my! A great pass by Wade.
Wade would take Miami on a wild late season ride.
They are at 500 for the first time this year.
And he made the Heat games the place to be.
Oh! Wade! Wow. Whoa, man!
Dwayne Wade brought fun back to Heat fans watching that team play. You saw a young team on the rise.
Wade! Yes! Miami wins! 7 in a row for the Heat. They've won 10 of their last 11.
As the year went on, Dwayne took on more and more of a load and really became the guy we were going to go to at crunch time.
It is good! He did it!
Leading the Heat to victory in 17 of their last 21 games, Wade had improbably transformed them into winners in just one season, and now the playoffs awaited.
I was finally on the stage to really prove and show, what I can do.
In the NBA, the playoffs are where reputations are made. Some players wilt under the pressure, while others thrive on it.
We learned a lot about Dwayne Wade in the very first playoff game he took part in. Miami's playing New Orleans, and the game comes down to a final possession.
The game is tied at 79. Come on! You gotta want to win!
Coach called a play for me in the huddle, and I'm a rookie, and I'm nervous, and I'm scared, but I'm a competitor, and I live for it.
They let the rookie handle Wade out in front, trying to create off the dribble. Wade putting the move on Davis. Wade puts it up. It's good! Yeah, baby! Came through! Stan Van Gundy went to the rookie and he delivered!
I think from that moment on, my name was known.
Behind Wade, Miami won its first playoff series in 4 years.
What a play by Wade! The Miami Heat, no one gave them a chance of making the playoffs, and now they move to the second round.
And as Wade and the Heat nearly upset the favored Indiana Pacers, Dwayne put an exclamation point on his rookie season.
That kid's unbelievable.
Wade down the middle. Oh, baby! Whoa! Wow, what a play by Dwayne Wade.
And the NBA is back in Miami.
By the end of the playoffs, he was recognized where he should have been all year as certainly one of the best young players in the game.
Larry. How you doing, Mr. Bird? It's an honor to meet you.
You're the one of the 2 or 3 best rookies in the league.
Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot.
Obviously, I wish you well. Okay?
All right.
Good guy.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Kid, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Hey, I didn't know you was that good, didn't you?
Dwayne's first year in the NBA was more than he could have ever hoped for. But while he spent his summer in Europe playing for the U.S. Olympic team, it started to look as if his second year might be even better.
The major headline around the league tonight focuses on the situation down in Miami.
All of a sudden, the possible trades for Shaquille O'Neal is out of Miami. I'm shocked.
At first he was like, nah, probably not. The big fella won't come. He won't come. Like it was too good to be true.
The Los Angeles Lakers and Miami Heat have agreed to a trade that will send Shaquille O'Neal, one of the greatest big men of all time, to sunny South Florida.
Hello, Miami. I said hello, Miami.
Shaq was the game's most dominant big man, and he also had the league's largest personality.
Like I said, man, before I came to this town, man, this town was nothing, man. But now that I'm here, all right.
But Shaq's persona could overwhelm his teammates. In the past, he had clashed with talented young guards like Penny Hardaway and Kobe Bryant. And now there were questions about how he and Wade would mesh.
I know you guys are probably going to start talking about whose team is it. I'm letting you know now it's Dwayne Wade's team, and I'm just his big brother, and I'm just here to back him up.
But the funny thing about that was I had just said that like 2 days in the paper before that it was Shaq's team hands down. And he came back and said that, but I just came back with his our team.